Most of these new writers don't have the love of comics like these older writers had. And all they care about is, how can I put myself in the book? No, we don't care what you would do if you were Iron Man. We don't care who you are. You're writing Tony Stark. You're not writing yourself in a book. If that's the case, write your own comic with you in it. No one will read it because nobody cares. People grew up, are growing up loving Peter Parker, loving Miles Morales, loving all these Captain America. We don't need you to put your input in it. Just write Steve Rogers. Don't write Steve Rogers. What would Steve Rogers be if I was Steve Rogers? That's not how it works. But that's again how most of these new people write nowadays. That's why most of the stuff is shit. Because we don't care what you would do, because we don't care about your life whatsoever. Just write a book, get paid for what you do, get paid for what you're supposed to be doing, and make it a good story.
The comic book industry is in shambles. Well, it's been in shambles for a while now. It's just that none of the comic pros will never admit it. The next generation of kids don't even care about the big two anymore, and instead move over to manga. And speaking of manga is dethroning Western comics. Like in every Barnes & Noble, all I see is shelf after shelf after shelf of just manga. And then for graphic novels, there are just like 2 or 3 shelves. And why is it that manga is selling more than Western comics? Well, it's very simple. Because Marvel and DC are ruining their characters. Hiring writers that don't care about comics or care about these characters and just self-inserting themselves, whether it be making them gay or having different beliefs. Doing the exact opposite of what the character is. Because they gotta be more progressive. Because we have to make every single character gay. And then we also have to use the term Latinx. And then we also have to race swap and gender swap every existing character. Hey, remember that time when we liked a character because they were just cool? It didn't matter their race or their gender or their sexuality. They were just cool characters. But of course, that's not the case anymore. Also, another fact is that these writers also put their agendas into these books. Like, we don't care what you think of Donald Trump or whoever. We don't care. We're here to read a fucking comic book. And with a recent viral video going around about a comic book owner talking about why the industry is failing and why he can't sell anything that they have. And everything he's saying is all true. Like, nobody wants to see you inserting yourself into an existing character like Iron Man or Captain America. Like, nobody wants to see that. You're here to write a character that has existed for years, and instead of telling interesting stories with these characters, you're instead writing yourself into these characters, like by making them gay or whatever, and then your stuff doesn't sell, and then you blame fans for the shit product that you made. And it's funny that some of the people that responded to this video are people that couldn't sell fucking shit. Like, they will never understand, and that is why they are failing. And then you have somebody like Mark Miller who gets it. Like, he's been talking about why the industry is failing and what needs to change, but nobody listens to him. Like, out of all the comics that have come out from the past couple of years, none have gotten me excited than Mark Miller's stuff. Like, Big Game itself, which came out this year, is everything that I loved about comics. That and Transformers by Daniel Warren Johnson. And while there are some good things in comics, the damage is already done. The sales are still not doing as well. And comic book stores are either shut down or they switch into anime, which is now what sells. And it's something that is keeping them alive. And that is where they are right now. And it's sad for comics. And hopefully someone out there will slap CB Cebulski or Jim Lee's faces and tell them that they need to change